guys, Josh here with another lick of the day for you. This one is to get some diminished arpeggios into your playing. The diminished sound may not be to everyone's taste, and everyone's heard Yngwie Malmsteen use it a lot, but it's quite an interesting thing to throw in with, say, your blues or rock playing, just to add a little flourish. So we're in the key of D minor, and it modulates a little bit to a more dominant sound at the end of the phrase. So starting off with a D diminished arpeggio. There's our root note on the 7th fret of the G string, carrying on to the minor third, which is F, hitting the flat 5 on the B string, which in this case is G sharp, or the 9th fret, hitting the double flat 7 or the major 6, whichever way you want to call it, which is B, hammering onto the root note. And then we take that exact same shape and transfer it a minor third. And then this is when I get into the more bluesy sort of territory. So we're descending an F diminished arpeggio. As I said, you take that exact same shape we just played and shift it up a minor third. So the fret numbers will be 13 and 10 on the high E, 12th fret of the B string, 13th fret of the G, and 10th fret of the G. I'm doing this kind of sequence of adding a bit of blues scale in there. Like that. And then the way I end it is kind of a more traditional sort of bluesy ending. Hitting the root note, minor 7, doing this little chromatic rundown of the 5, flat 5, 4, major third, and then hitting the root on the low E string on the 10th fret. So that last part is. So all together slowly. So I added a few extra notes on that last run through, but you get the general gist of it. So that's a kind of a taster of how you can get a different flavour into your blues playing. It's a very simple thing to do, because I imagine a lot of you guys know the 3-note per string shape of, if we're still in D, 10, 12, 13 on the top 3 strings. So what I like about the minor pentatonic shape and the major pentatonic is that as you've got these different boxes, you've got lots of intervals in between to create different flavours, and that's how I get some modal ideas into my playing, with starting from a pentatonic bass. Okay, so if I just shout out the intervals here, if we're in D, we got the minor third, we got the 4th, we got the flat 5, then we got the perfect 5th, major 6, flat 7, root note, our major 2nd or the 9, and then the flat 3. So you can create some quite interesting phrases with that, and then also the notes in between those. So on the 11th fret we've got our major 3rd on the G string. On the 11th fret of the B string we've got our minor 6, and on the 11th fret of the high E string we've got our flat 2. So you don't really want to be throwing those sort of chromatic runs all over the place, because it can sound quite boring, but it's just to give you some sort of idea as to the way I think about playing lead lines, is just using all the intervals within these pentatonic shapes. So I hope that's useful. So my point with this diminished shape is you can pick it out from the intervals that I've just shown you. So we've got the minor 3rd, the flat 5, if I'm relating it to D, that is. Technically we are playing a F diminished arpeggio. But it leads nicely back into D minor or D dominant kind of blues sort of sounding thing. And also you can use string skipping things, so you can go from the G string and to the high E string. So you can create wider intervals. So there you go, that's a little taster of how to get some diminished arpeggios into your playing.